I'ma keep it real with y'all, man. Last couple of months of playing NBA 2K18, I've been mainly playing Walk-On Pro-Am. And Walk-On Pro-Am in this game needs to be fixing in NBA 2K19. I'ma just say it, out of all the 2K games, this Walk-On mode is very confusing because you're like, it should have been an improvement. But once you start to play it and now you're playing it for the whole year basically, you see that this mode is really lacking. Now the first thing I must address, because it's clearly obvious what the neighborhood does, it's a lot harder to get the Walk-On Pro-Am. I mean, every time you log on to your PS4, you log on to 2K, you hop into My Career, and you get to the neighborhood, Pro-Am is a good minute away to get there. And everyone uses the same sprinting animation. Everyone has that same sprinting animation they use to get across the neighborhood, because everybody knows that's the fastest way to get through the neighborhood. That's the fastest animation to use. Everybody uses it. You never really see people on bikes anymore. Even people above 90s and 92. You don't see that many people using skateboard. Everybody is using that animation because they know it's the quickest animation to get to wherever you want to go in the neighborhood. So the Walk-On Pro-Am is a decent distance away in the neighborhood. It's going to take a while to get to the Walk-On Pro-Am location compared to if you wanted to go to Team Pro-Am or even the park, because the park, you could just take the subway. But the Walk-On Pro-Am, no, you got to jog all the way to the Walk-On Pro-Am, by far the farthest location in the entire neighborhood if you were to jog there. So that's the first thing. They need to have a way to, back in 2K17, you load into your My Career, and if you wanted to go to Walk-On Pro-Am, you could do it straight from My Career. You could go to Park from My Career and Walk-On Pro-Am from My Career. People forget that. 2K17, you could go to Walk-On Pro-Am and My Park from My Career. And even if you went to My Park, instead of going to Walk-On Pro-Am from My Career, you can still go to Walk-On Pro-Am. That was the good thing about 2K17. 2K18, they took a step back from that. Now let's talk about Walk-On Pro-Am and 5v5s, man, because this game is very inconsistent when creating matchmaking. And basically, I'm gonna say the matchmaking in 2K18 is garbage, man. Like, the matchmaking is just straight up garbage. I don't even understand. See, the 2K Combine had an interesting matchmaking system. You can only have one position on each of the teams. So point guard, shooting guard, all those positions had to be, fulfilled before the match could even start. And the matchmaking did take a while in the 2K Combine, which is understandable because you're asking for one position. And some people might not be playing power forward. Some people might not be playing small forward. There's some positions that are obviously going to be more abundant than others. But in Walk-On Pro-Am, that's not the case. And in Walk-On Pro-Am, it's not limited to 72,000 people. It's a whole bunch of people playing, still playing 2K18 today. And the matchmaking is very inconsistent. For example, every time I use my athletic finisher, I don't know why this happens, but most of the time I use my athletic finisher, I'm able to get a 5v5 match. 5v5, full-on 5v5 match in Walk-On Pro-Am. If I use my lockdown defender, my pure playmaker, or even my playmaking shot creator, sometimes we get stuck at only having 6 players. And it takes forever for them to even acquire 6 players. So not only do I enter the arena and have to wait for the match to start because the matchmaking is super slow sometimes, but by the time there's even more players joining, some players are leaving, they're quitting, they're backing out, so it's just taking even longer to even acquire more players because the players that are waiting already quit. And then sometimes you don't even get 6 players, let alone 10 players. Sometimes you don't even get 6 players. It takes so long that I even have to quit and just try again. Because listen, Walk-On Pro-Am, it's a good mode, but I ain't trying to play with only 4 players. Sure, that gives me more touches, but the whole point of Walk-On Pro-Am is to be playing 5v5. Whether you like 5v5 or not, some people might like 4v4, or even, some people are cool with having 6 players. My main reason is to typically get a 5v5, especially if you have a certain type of archetype. If I'm a pure playmaker, it could be cool running 3v3s on walk-on pro. Sure, there's plenty of times where 3v3s on walk-on pro, 4v4s and even 2v2s were fine on walk-on pro-am with the AI. But suppose that I'm a pure playmaker and I'm trying to actually get a good pro-am match of walk-on. You see what I'm saying? And you got different builds on the team that you can't even use because you're a pure playmaker, so it's going to be that much tougher for your team to score points compared to another team. So that's why I'm saying 5v5 needs to be prevalent, man. Because also because of the AI. The AI is it's just ridiculous how the AI is, man. The AI is just non-playing defense, and you know how the AI gets all those steal. The AI is just an automatic steal machine in that regard. And sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, the AI be playing some lockdown defense. It's crazy, but sometimes the AI do be playing some lockdown defense. But that's one of the features they gotta fix. They gotta fix the matchmaking so they can actually get, 10 players into the game. And if not 10, at least most of the time make it at least 8 players, man, because this is walk-on prom. If you wanted to play 3v3, if I wanted to play 3v3, I would just go to the park. But I'm here to play full 5v5 or at least 4v4, man. So you gotta fix that. And last but not least, and there's probably one more other thing I gotta talk about, is when people quit and walk on pro-am and the whole entire team quits, the match needs to end, man. And this is why 2K is just, people are getting tired of 2K. Listen, people are already tired of this game dragging out the process of getting to the walk-on arena, then having to wait in the match and have it match make. And now when the opposing team quits, and by the way, in this match right here, my entire team almost quit except for the center, and we were winning the game. Like, I don't even understand why people quit sometimes in walk-on prom. It's weird. But when the entire opposing team quits and there's nobody left, the match needs to end. Like, I don't understand why this year in walk-on prom compared to the other previous years of 2K, when the entire team quits, the match doesn't end. Nobody wants to play AI. I mean, if you wanted to play AI, there's a better way to do it, and that's in my career, because you could change the difficulty and you could do whatever you want. But in online and walk-on pro-am, why would I sit through 2 quarters and then the rest of the half is against AI? The biggest waste of time in 2K history. Literally every single match of pro-am I played of walk-on and facing AI only is the most boringest thing in 2K. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I want to quit the match so badly. And sometimes at this point in 2K's life, at this point in 2K18's life, I will probably quit. But sometimes during the year, back 2 months ago, even a month ago, I would actually sit for 2 quarters just to get my VC, just to get my badges upgraded, and just to get the XP reward points, man. Because I already put the effort of playing 2 quarters, so why quit in the middle? 2K needs to figure out a way so they, this should have been, it's just another dumb decision that 2K has made for 2K18. The whole team quits in walk-on pro-am and the match doesn't end. Like, you see how this game is backtracking, it's going back instead of forward. Like, I don't understand. But like I said, man, a couple months ago I made a video saying what 2K needs to do to improve the randoms in pro-am and even the park. Just have it so that the winning team gets double the amount of VC, and of course they get double the amount of badge progress and all that stuff. Just make it ×2, man, because it's gonna make people play for the team rather than for themselves. But anyways, man, that's all I gotta say, man. Walk-on pro-am has really been a disaster this year. If you really think about it, you look at the game, walk-on pro-am needs to be fixed, man. It needs to be back how it was in 2K17, where it's very, very accessible to get into walk-on pro-am, to where the matchmaking is better, and to where when people quit the match, the game actually ends. I don't know what 2K was thinking, man. But anyways, man, leave a like for more. Of course, tomorrow we will have the next part of the voting for the worst archetype I'm creating. And like I said, man, 2K, they need to get their shit together for 2K19. It's going to be interesting to see what 2K, how they rebound from 2K18. Because 2K19, if they don't rebound then, they'll never rebound, man. But anyways, like I said, I'm out for more. Leave a like for more. Peace.